Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday, June the 19th, Juneteenth. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. I want to talk to you today about something really quick regarding the economic stimulus and some of the ideas that are out there about disseminating the second round of stimulus to us. There has been a rise in cases, as I look at my notes here, across various states, most states across the South and Southwest portion of the country, but you're also seeing a rise in cases in different countries, such as China. There's been a new surge of outbreak of cases there. Also in other countries, such as New Zealand, that was deemed to be completely free of coronavirus. They've seen an organic case of new virus cases, I should say, open up there. So as we see the spread of the pandemic or a resurge of the pandemic, it is very possible that Congress will come together and decide to move forward with another economic stimulus plan. There is so much debate about what that plan will look like, but I'm gonna provide you with some details as to some things that are currently being proposed as of right now. Stay tuned, we're gonna talk about all that next. Hello everyone, again my name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr. and I am Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida with clients all across the United States. If you have any questions about investing or about trust and estate planning or anything about that, please reach out to me directly. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and hopefully help you on a personal level. Additionally, if this is your first time coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. And also please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So a couple new ideas about stimulus payments and how to disseminate those stimulus payments to us that are floating around out there right now. So one of the new ideas is providing stimulus payments to individuals and reassessing what their income was last year versus this year. Now we know under the CARES Act, where we all got the first stimulus payment from, they looked at what your income was on your previous tax return. So your 2019 tax returns, if those were filed and processed, and if not available, then they reverted back to the 2018 tax returns. So this kind of gives a hint to what the timeline is for the next stimulus, because we know that July 15th is the tax day where everyone will have to file their taxes. So if they're looking now to base the next stimulus off of possibly what your income was last year and any impact that you've seen to your income this year comparing it to, then it would have to be after the July 15th deadline in order for them to be able to make a true assessment as to if your income increased, decreased, or if there was any impact by the coronavirus. That's the second thing too I wanted to point out with this sort of proposal or idea, is that there's really no way to say that a change in your income has been reflective based on the coronavirus. It's very possible that someone may have, if they were in the sales industry, they did very well in the fourth quarter at the end of 2019, and those sales and those bonuses didn't flow over until 2020. So that makes your current income a lot higher or inflated compared to what 2019 is. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be doing that well in 2020 because of the coronavirus. So there are some holes in this which are possibly needs to be worked out, but it is a thought process. And along with that, it says that only those who suffered a decline would receive a check. So it wouldn't be a blanket check that goes out to everyone. It would be a measure of who actually is impacted by the coronavirus and who actually saw a significant drop in their income. Now there's no measure to say how much is significant. It just says a drop or who suffered a decline, significant decline in income. Another person, there's actually an economist, is Greg Mankiw, who suggested that we should target checks to provide payments as a kind of short-term loan. So individuals and families would get their payments now and then would later be on the hook to repay the money next tax season if they didn't qualify for additional government assistance. This is a valuable idea, but again, whenever you're giving someone assistance, I think the word loan should not be attached to it. A loan is something that you use from a profit-making standpoint in order to gain interest payments. That's why banks loan out money, financial institutions loan out money. When you buy a car, when you buy a house or anything like that, you have to pay interest on it. So when he says loan here, we're going to give you assistance in the form of a loan, that kind of doesn't mesh well in my thought process, because how are you going to assist me, but you're going to make me pay more for my assistance? So that doesn't stimulate the economy at all. Give me your ideas about that thought process. Is this something that you would agree to? Would you want to have an economic stimulus that's given to you in the form of a loan and a payment that you may have to repay next year or some years into the future? I know this idea was floated out, a month ago with the drawing from your Social Security to be able to have a stimulus now, and that quickly disappeared, which it should have. But this is another idea where it seems like it's pretty much you're taking out a personal loan with the IRS against future earnings, against your taxable income in the future, and using future tax returns that you would get and receive them now. If your income grows and you don't get those future tax returns, then you would have to pay back the money at whatever specified interest rate it would be. And it doesn't say here. So that's something that would, possibly work, but I just don't like the idea of having to pay to receive assistance. Assistance should be free. I need it, so therefore don't charge me to get something for free. Another idea that came up was post-job loss checks. So it says here, another way to potentially get money into the hands of people who really need it would be to cut one-time checks to those who have lost their jobs. This strategy will have two benefits, and this is according to the economist Mumford. It would deliver money to those who have really been affected by the economic downturn, and at the same time, it wouldn't discourage them from finding new work. So this is cutting one-time checks to individuals, kind of like what took place before, but instead of cutting one-time checks to everyone, again, it's only looking at those that have lost their jobs or that they can show significant financial harm by a reduction in their hours or things or something similar to that nature. So I would encourage you to read up on that, kind of understand what's going on there. As it is right now, there is not a lot of momentum to reinstitute the federal aid of $600 for unemployment per week going forward into the future. There are some proposals out there that speak to it, but really the Senate and the Republicans in the Senate really do not like that idea, and they're not going to allow that to go through as it is right now. This potential post-job loss check would be another check that would go out to everyone that has lost their jobs and that would still be unemployed from that job loss at the time this would pass or go through. This is something that could help those that are out there. There's no dollar amount attached to how much this would be, and there's no clear idea of when this would be drafted as a proposal and how it would go through Senate, through Congress. But it is something that is designed to help people bridge the gap, be able to make payments in the short term, and because it's not a ongoing payment or ongoing source of funds, the thought process is that it would encourage people to go back to work and to find their jobs. The biggest problem with that is where we are in our economy right now from an economic standpoint. Many employers that survived and thrived prior to the pandemic and prior to 2020 will not be able to do so after the pandemic. There was a consumer shift in preference and taste before 2020 even came about. Most consumers are shifting away from retail and is shifting away from brick and mortar stores and starting to use online services for everything. Online groceries, shopping for clothes, shopping for electronics. So we're not going out to the stores as much as we used to. And this pandemic kind of highlighted how unimportant it is to go to a store. I mean, mostly everyone has been able to get by for the last 3 months without having to go to Best Buy, without having to go to the shopping malls, without having to do many of the things that we were doing every day. And we've gotten by just fine. So my problem with a proposal like this is many jobs that are out there won't be available. So it's not just a matter of people needing encouragement to go back and find work or to go back to their job or to accept their job back. It's a matter of their jobs not being there. Let me know your thoughts on that. Give me your comments below. Let me know if there is encouragement needed for everyone to go back to work, or if we really just have another systemic problem with a lack of employment opportunities, at least viable employment opportunities. We're seeing every day of new job opportunities. McDonald's is going to hire 250,000 people this summer. Subway said that they're going to hire another 50,000 people this summer. But if you have someone that was laid off from working in a doctor's office or attorney's office, there could be somewhat of a pride issue and an income demand that will prevent them from being able to take either one of those jobs. If this is your first time coming to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video so that it can increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.